All right, everybody, here's round two of the Steve Harney, the presentation that he gave. The first one focused a little bit on price and cost and why sellers need to be concerned about price and why buyers need to be concerned about cost. This is going to elaborate a little bit on the statistics that I think it's important that we show our clients in setting the expectation. That was one point I wanted to focus on here this morning, is setting that expectation. If you have a client that is, let's just use the short sale example, setting that expectation up front is going to be really important because they're going to experience an overload of paperwork and emotions that they don't really know what to expect in the process. And I think it's important that we set that expectation. So even though it is a difficult situation for a lot of people, we make it easier as professionals. We give them an expectation of what is to come so they're better prepared to be able to move forward on that. The second thing I wanted to touch on this morning was that based on the information from Wells Fargo, from Bank of America, and from Fannie Mae, a lot of the big lending institutions, all this information that prices are going to drop in the second quarter of 2011 is coming from them, which tells me something. It tells me that they have a large inventory of properties, and my anticipation is they're probably going to start putting these back on the market. Not totally flood the market, but it's certainly going to be oversupplied, which will obviously put a downward pressure on the pricing again. So that's important information to show our sellers, to make sure that we understand exactly what we know based on the information that's provided, and they need to see that. People are very visual these days. He gave an example of back in the early 1900s. People listen, they learned to listen very well because they got all their communication, they got everything from the radio. We're in a very visual world since then. Everything we comprehend typically comes from a combination of listening and seeing. We need to have some visuals attached to it. Just a lot of us, just how we grew up, that's all we know. So just consider a few points when you are working with those clients. That consider those points. They need to see some information. It's important that they know that it's not just coming from us, it's coming from the experts as well. So just a few things I wanted to pass on to. I hope you guys have a great day. And for those flying out to California for family reunion, I'll see you down there. Have a great weekend.